On the news tonight, Nigerians mourn, flags fly at half-mast. And FG declares Tuesday 15th July public holiday in honor of late former president. And here is the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Following President Bola Tinubu's directive, flags are flying at half-staff in the State House. Pictures show compliance to the directive in honor of former President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed on yesterday in London at 82. What you see in this picture are flags at the entrance to the forecourt of the President's office and residents flying at half-mast, the normal height. Flags are to remain like this for the next 6 days. Meanwhile, Katsina State Governor Diko Umaru Rada has announced the burial arrangement for Nigeria's former President Muhammadu Buhari. The governor made the announcement during a press briefing in Katsina. Awole Haliru reports.
Governor Rada said the body of the former late president will arrive the country tomorrow, July 15th at 12 p.m. and the burial rite will take place at 2 p.m. in Dara.
We have made consultation with the family and we have made consultation with the people around him in London, and we concluded that the body will arrive Katsina tomorrow, inshallah, by about 12 noon, and the burial is going to take place in Daura about 2 p.m.
The governor, on behalf of the people of the state, extended his heartfelt condolences to the family, the people of the state and Nigerians as a whole over the great loss.
We also want to condole His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of Nigeria over the demise of his predecessor, General Muhammadu Buhari. The Almighty Allah bless him and give us the fortitude to bear the loss.
Meanwhile, family members and people of the state have continued to troop to the residence of the former late president in Daura to offer their condolences. Late former President Muhammadu Buhari died at a clinic in London at the age of 82. In Katsina, Awole Haliru, NTA News.
In a related development, the federal government has declared Tuesday, 15 July 2025, a public holiday in honor of late former President Muhammadu Buhari. A statement by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Dr. Mandalin Ajani, indicates that the declaration is in line with the 7-day national mourning period announced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The state notes that the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, makes the announcement on behalf of the federal government following the president's approval. Dr. Tunji Ojo says the holiday is a mark of respect for the late president's service to the nation, his democratic contributions, and his legacy in governance and national development. The minister urges Nigerians to honor the late president by promoting peace, patriotism, and unity as part of the mourning period. The statement reminds the public that national flags are to fly at half-mast from Sunday, 13th July. The federal government extends heartfelt condolences to the Buhari family, the people of Katsina State, and all Nigerians praying for the peaceful repose of the former president's soul. Meanwhile, the Special Federal Executive Council session on Tuesday in honor of former President Muhammadu Buhari will no longer be held, as announced earlier, given the state funeral in his hometown Dara on the same day. A statement by the Special Advisor to President Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, states that in addition, the federal government has declared Tuesday, July 15, a public holiday in honor of the departed Nigerian leader. The Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation will announce a new date after the funeral proceedings. President Tinubu called for the special fact session to honor his predecessor for his invaluable contributions to our country. The remains of the former Nigerian leader will arrive from London tomorrow by noon, after which he will be committed to Mother Earth in his hometown in accordance with Islamic rites. President Buhari died on Sunday in a London clinic after a prolonged illness. President Tinubu declared a national mourning for 7 days with flags at half-mast. He also directed Vice President Kashim Shettima and Chief of Staff Femi Gbajabiamila to join the Buhari family in London to condole with the family and bring the former president's remains back home. Eminent Nigerians have continued to pay tribute to former President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed on yesterday. Tessie Omeri reports that many describe the late president as a man of consistency and integrity.
On a fateful Sunday, 13th July 2025, at about 4:30 p.m., the news filtered in the air over the passing of former President Muhammadu Buhari at a London clinic after a protracted illness. Nigerians continue to speak on the legacies of the late president.
His values that he holds dearly, those values appear to be his signature. Patriotism. He is someone who loves this country. He is someone whose actions, policies are in good faith for the sake of this country. Committed to everything he believes in. He does it with all the zeal and sincerity of purpose.
The man Buhari means many things to many people. From military to civilian leadership, late President Buhari held the highest office in the land. His anti-corruption campaign, discipline and integrity stand him out. The virtues he brought into governance with landmark projects and legacies.
I was then Director General of the National Orientation Agency, and he allowed me to stay for a while. People around thought, because of differences in political party and the government that appointed me, they thought I should be removed almost immediately. And he put the question: was I corrupt? Did I take anybody's money or got people's money that does not belong to me? They said no. And I think that showed that he really wanted people around who knew their job to do it irrespective of party circumstances.
They say, don't look at the messengers, look at the message. He passed the message to Nigeria that we should not condone corruption. So we'll be remembering for that.
Has tremendous sense of humor. You cannot sit with him and chat with him for 5 minutes without having a lighter mood that makes him very endearing.
Entertainment in Daura. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
It is the end of an era. Former President Muhammad Buhari has passed on, leaving behind a legacy that stirs strong emotions across the country. And the Federal Capital Territory residents are reflecting on the life and times of the late leader known for his firm stance on national service. Our correspondent Onoti Yakubu has the report.
Nigeria is mourning. From the streets of Garki to the corners of Wuse and offices in central area, the mood was solemn as FCT residents paused to remember a man they say stood tall in the service of the nation. To many, such as Amos Unekuojo Momo, who couldn't hold back tears, the late former president symbolized a return to order, an unwavering voice in a shifting landscape.
He fought very well to keep Nigeria together in the civil war, and his stance on corruption is almost unrivaled. And from what we have read and heard about him, he was a very prudent man and leader. So his death, in fact, came to me, and I believe to many Nigerians, as a great shock. We always wish the dead rest in peace.
As Nigeria mourns, voices here recall a man who brought discipline to leadership and challenged a culture of excesses. As the nation offers prayers, flags flowing at half-mast, and stories being told of courage in uniform and wisdom in leadership, quiet days are ahead in the country to remember his years marked by dedication to service.
He has some good sides, some good policies, some projects. We know when he was the PTF chairman, when he was the military head of state then, war against indiscipline, even though I was very young, but I have an idea of how it was, you understand. Then this is returning as a civilian head of state, also has his own side.
I've always jammed him in the mosque. Before he became a president, we always pray together. And that is an example of a good leader. Let me just bring something up. He was a president that ruled a former minister and head of state. Before, he has not a single building in FCT.
For the people of the FCT, the late former president leaves not just memories, but a message that service, no matter how tough, leaves a mark. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
In a bid to promote healthy living and improve work-life balance, the Department of Art and Culture under the FCT Social Development Secretariat has organized the second edition of its one-hour cultural dance aerobics. With drums beating an energy high, FCT staff and residents gathered for a unique fitness experience. Rabia Shaib brings us details.
It was a morning of rhythm and movement for FCT staff and residents as cultural drums set the pace for a unique workout experience. Permanent Secretary, Social Development Secretariat FCT Olubunmi Olowokere says the cultural dance aerobics is an initiative that blends wellness with culture to promote a healthier workforce.
It has been proven too that sports aids healthy living. So that's why the SDS, conceived this idea of incorporating culture into fitness. And today too, there's been a good turnout. And it's a culture we think we want to establish in the FCT, that staff of the FCTA and even residents of the FCT can participate.
From body stretches to high-energy dance routines, the session not only promotes fitness but also encourages mental refreshment, bonding, and health awareness.
You need to keep fit, you need to be at alert. We work from morning till about 6 every day. So if you are not fit, you cannot carry on. We also network because people from different departments come in.
It's been wonderful, refreshing, and there is no amount of words that I can use to express how elated I am for this initiative. You know how it is now that people are not even conscious about exercise or what they need to do.
The event also urged workers to take charge of their health, as even small, consistent efforts towards wellness can make a big difference on the job. In Abuja, Rabiat Shaib, NTA News.
That has been the English version of the news. Please stay tuned for translations. Good evening.
Bizo kwa wai wonana iwo abada natuko isha ndaje zuma woniye wa goba gai ai wi batu ai tituko da nya atuta atnyenya ato bal le ya le vin gududun a ba tukoi kafilo no ai tituko da atnu jimba a jinde no ai wu ga ai tituko da ya be Muhammadu Buhari on wo fi nsu la diwi sun eye gun awo ye shi ni mo ti abayin shi hojin heje ba lo nu atukoi kafi ba laba lo nu wo atutun jimba nchodo nu wo puai ai ba fa ba jilai na tukoi kafi ayi no afi mai kakala ya gwamnati ku gange nsu ko beleyin atalata yi yiba she pye ko na an pye gun awochi atun alashin ta ga tuntun ga a gwamnati a tuntun jin ko iwu mo ga èyí tuntun ko dayan be Muhammadu Buhari nu afi won wo nsi yanka yi pe yan nu atuntun jin amiya na yo Magdalene Ajani wona ga shintai wo ga aga konu ai vi ai pe ngutna ba nu èyí tuntun ko da gai nge afi awun bugbayin minister atuntun amiya Olubumi Tunju Ojo wa gange aga shintai nu ai wu mo ga èyí tuntun ko da yan be na baige to kwa mado abo ba wa wole lainu saisu
sauraron mu a daidai wannan lokaci assalamu alaikum barkanmu da warhaka da fatan ana nan cikin koshin lafiya ga fasarar kaɗan daga cikin labaran mu ne mai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. Bayan da shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya ba da umarni a sauke rabin tutar ƙasar nan ƙasa a fadar shugaban ƙasa bayan samun labarin rasuwar tsohon shugaban ƙasa Muhammadu Buhari domin karrama shi a matsayin adali jajirtaccen shugaban da ya bar tarihi. Tuni hotuna sun fara nuna bin umarnin domin girmama marigayi shugaba Muhammadu Buhari da Allah ya yi wa rasuwa jiya a birnin London na ƙasar Birtaniya yana da shekaru 82 a duniya. Gwamnatin tarayya ta ba da hutun gama gari gobe talata 15 ga watan Yuli 2025 domin karrama tsohon shugaban ƙasa Muhammadu Buhari da Allah ya yi wa rasuwa jiya a birnin London na ƙasar Birtaniya. A jawabin da ministan harkokin cikin gida Olubumi Tunji Ojo ya yi a madadin gwamnatin tarayya bayan amincewar shugaban ƙasa. Dr. Tunji Ojo ya ce gwamnatin ta ba da umarnin ne ta kanas domin girmama marigayin akan gudunmuwar da ya baiwa ƙasar nan demokradiyyarta da bayan da ya bari mai nagarta da a gwamnati da ci gaban ƙasa. Bugu da ƙari a matsayin matakin jimamin rasuwar gwamnatin ta sauke rabin tutar ƙasar daga ranar Lahadi zuwa 13 ga watan Yuli. Sannan ta aika saƙon ta'aziyarta ga iyalan shugaba Muhammadu Buhari, al'ummar jihar Katsina da ɗaukacin 'yan Najeriya. To a taƙaice ƙarshen labaran namu na yau kenan sai kuma gobe idan Allah ya kai.
ọ bụ oge akwa ụwa ka ị nọ ya na nke abalị a. Onye ji nke abalị a bụ Nwokafọ Chisom. Ka anyị malite site n'akụkọ ndị sitere na obi ọchịchị ala anyị. Site na ntụziaka nke onye isi ala Bola Tinubu, ọkọlọtọ ala anyị niile dị n'obi ọchịchị ala anyị na-efe n'etiti ogologo osisi ejiri konye ha. Iji ihe onyonyo ndị esere n'obi ọchịchị ala anyị na-egosi na e nwere nkwanye ùgwù na ntụziaka iji kwara onye bụbu onye isi ala Muhammadu Buhari, bụ onye nwụrụ dịka ọ gbachara 82 na mba London. Ihe ndị na-ekiri na igwe onyonyo gị ugbu a bụ ọkọlọtọ banyere n'ụlọ ọrụ onye isi ala na ebe obibi ya, bụ nke na-efe n'etiti ihe ndị ejiri konye ha. A na-atụ anya na ọkọlọtọ ndị a ga-adị otu a ruo mgbe abalị 6 gasịrị malite taa. Ọchịchị ala anyị bụ Naịjirịa etinyela abalị 15 nke ọnwa a dịka ụbọchị nzuru ike iji kwanyere onye bụbu onye isi ala anyị nwụrụ anwụ Muhammadu Buhari ugwu. N'ozi nke onye ọchịchị na-elekọta ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka ihe ndị na-eme n'ime ala anyị, Olubumetunji Ojo, na-ekwu na nke a bụ iji sonyere na mkpụrụ ụbọchị 7 ala anyị nyere iji ruo uju nke onye ọchịchị a bụ onye isi ala anyị n'ihi ihe ndị ọ rụzuru n'ala anyị, ebe o jikwa ohere a na-akpọku ụmụ ala anyị ka ha kwanyere onye abụbụ onye isi ala ugwu site na ịkwalite udo, dị n'otu na agamnihu nke ala anyị. O jikwa ohere a kpọkuo ndị ala anyị ka ha gaa n'ihu iru uju n'ihi na ihe ndị onye isi ala rụzuru, ma si otu a kelee ọchịchị obodo Katsina ụmụ ala anyị ka ha karọma n'ihi ọnwụ onye isi ala, ma kpee ekpere ka mkpụrụ obi ya zuru ike na ndokwa. Ọ bụ otu a ka isi akachi ya na nke abalị a. Echi ga-aka mma. Ndewo.
ìròyìn ló ń dé sí etí gbọ̀nyìn láti iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún l'Àbújá. Ọláyínká Adéníjì ni oníròyìn yín. Látàrí àṣẹ ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, àwọn àsíá tó wà nílé ìlú ni wọ́n ní kí ó wà ní títa dé ìdajì. Àwọn àwòrán tẹ̀ ń wò yìí ló ṣàrídájú gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣẹ ààrẹ ṣe wà láìsí àní-àní fún ìkẹ́dùn ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari tó papòdà, ni wọ́n sì ní kí ó jẹ́ ẹni tí ó jẹ́ 82 ọdún nílé ayé. Wọn kò ṣàìfikún wípé ní kí àsíá náà ó wà fún odidi ọjọ́ 6 gbáko láti ọjọ́ òní lọ. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti fi léde wípé ọjọ́ 15 oṣù keje ọdún yìí kó wà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọjọ́ ìsinmi láti lè fi sààmì ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbà ìkẹ́dùn fún olóògbé ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari tó papòdà. Ọ̀gá àgbà iléeṣẹ́ tó ń ṣètò abẹ́lé, ìyẹn ìyáàfin Magdalena Ajari, ṣàlàyé wípé èyí wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú àṣẹ ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu fún ìkẹ́dùn ọlọ́jọ́ 7 ààrẹ wa àná Muhammadu Buhari tó papòdà. Wọ́n fi kún wípé gbogbo àsíá bó ti wù kó rí ni kí ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà ní títa dé ìdajì látàrí ìbánikẹ́dùn ọ̀hún. Tó ròyìn ọ̀hún kò ní ju báyìí lọ. Èmi lónìí kan mọ́ àgbọ̀nsàrẹ̀ lóní họ́wùhọ́wù. Èmi rẹ̀ lájọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà yìí o. Ẹ jẹ́ àṣekó dára. Ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan láò jí o, ká sùn láyọ̀.
you.